Hello, my name is Steve Cochran, and I am the owner and head pilot at RaptorWorx. We are a drone service provider in Denver, Colorado, and we specialize in serving the pavement, construction management, and real estate sector, including healthcare, with applying drone technologies to help you do your job better. It's only 2% about the drone. The rest of it is about leveraged tools to help you just do your job better. Today's going to be a quick overview. Not going to take too long. If you have follow-up questions, by all means, reach out to me. But a very quick conversation about digital twins and PCI, which is the Pavement Condition Index. And for that, I'm going to jump straight into sharing my screen here. And as I jump out of here, we're going to minimize this and we're going to look at a sample project we flew in Parker, Colorado. This is a hospital here. And what we did is we went and we flew almost 3,000 images of this property. We took off, kind of based our drones over here and flew the entire property so we could see. We coordinated with the emergency department and security to make sure that we were clear of any life flights that were coming in. So we were coordinated all the time to make sure that the mission of the hospital and especially the ED department was our prime concern, and we just worked around their scheduling. But what we did is we took thousands of pictures. I can kind of come in here and show you. Here's one of the pictures we took. And what we built is called an orthomosaic. An orthomosaic is just like any other mosaic. A mosaic has tons of tiles to make a picture. An orthomosaic is a bunch of pictures to make a 3D model. And that 3D model is called a digital twin. That digital twin is a three-dimensional model of your property. I'm going to go ahead and take the photos off here so you can just see the property. And since this is 3D and we're using precision drones that have a centimeter horizontally and a centimeter and a half vertically of positional accuracy on the surface of the earth, we are able to do property management takeoffs. So we're able to come in and let's just turn on some annotations and we'll do an example here. We're able to click on this roof here and realize it's 134,362 square feet. If we want to come in here and look at this line that's from the road to this side of the parking lot, we can see, well, there's a right there, that's a light pole. So we can go ahead and pull this over here, and we can see here is the entire slope profile with accuracy above sea level, so 55,085 feet above sea level. And you can actually take a measurement. You can say, hey, it's 580 feet long. It's 25 feet high from this point to this point. It's a 4.3% slope over that grade. So that's some helpful maintenance and site management. You can use this to measure a lawn area for fertilization or for water coverage. You could measure like a parking deck and see that it's 55,390 square feet of sealant or coatings that you have to order for that. So that's a very helpful tool. Where we start getting into really leveraging this tool for your pavement management is in what's called the Pavement Condition Index. And what a pavement condition index is the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers invented it to grade the health of pavements on a 100 to 0 scale, 100 being perfect, 0 being that's basically dirt. Um, and so there is a demerit scale. Every kind of pothole or crack or raveling or any other of a number of deficiencies have a score that deducts from that 100 and gives you the health of your pavement. When you apply that to known conditions in the area and the degradation of asphalt and concrete surfaces, we can also extrapolate a remaining service life. When we build out the remaining service life, it gives us the ability, knowing local costs of pavement maintenance and replacement management. It gives us the ability to come in and look at, hey, what's your next 5-year budget? So let's take a look at this property. We've got a total square footage on the property of 625,403 square feet. The average PCI of all of these areas, and you've got everything is graded out in or segmented out and then graded out with distresses, the actual condition of the area. So you can look at, hey, our overall PCI for the entire site is 67. But these two sections up here, 1.3 and 1.4A, are a 35 and a 38 respectively. This means they have a remaining service life of 1 to 3 years. So this would be a good idea to spend some of our budgeting on this area. The great thing is now that we have this segmented out, we have it measured out, and we have it graded, we also know what needs to be done in this area. We know that, hey, there's a section of this that in 2026 needs to have 46,556 square feet of 2-inch mill and pave. So this is a mill and overlay. We know that based on the pricing, it's going to cost you about 116,390 for that section. You can build in contingencies. And the great thing here is you've got a 5-year capital budget. When you get into your um, when you get into your budgets, you can go, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't have $441,000 allocated. Maybe we have $300,000 allocated. How do we spend that money? And it'll allow you to build out an RFP that is going to fit your budget. Or it allows you to do some planning for the next 5 years. We can also extrapolate out to 10 and 15 years to help you plan out your fiscal budgets for the next 5, 10, 15 years. So you can make sure you are spending more money on maintaining your asphalt than you are on replacing your asphalt. Now, the big push there is maintain over repair and replace because we've seen throughout the industry that it's about $6 per unit cost to own to maintain a piece of pavement in a maintenance mode rather than a repair and replace mode, which is kind of like that. Okay, well, we only have so much money. Let's just take care of the worst thing. So we're going to repair and replace. That ends up being about $15 per unit cost over the lifetime of that pavement compared to a maintenance approach, which is $6 per unit cost. And I can help you guys break down that information if you want more. Again, this is just a rough overview. So this shows kind of the tools, a little bit about, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here, a little bit about what we see with PCIs. When you're looking at bidding out pavement work from an engineering standard compared to hey, let's get 3 bids and just see what the salesman come up with standard, you're really running the risk of having, hey, is this apples to apples over here, or is it apples to oranges to bananas to pears? And wait, we only got 3 contractors. Why do we have 4 different options here? With a PCI, you are building out an RFP that we're going to help provide to you. That RFP can be delivered to any contractor, and those contractors are all bidding from the exact same scope that is established by an engineering standard. If you really want to be nerdy and look it up, it's ASTM D6433. So this allows you to have a level playing field, really know that you're getting what you're supposed to get instead of what somebody's assuming you should get or what they want to do to pad their pocket. We see on average about 10 to 15% smaller pavement projects based on actual information and knowing what the engineering is telling you versus an estimator's opinion. The thing I'm really proud about here at RaptorWorx is, at least for the state of Colorado, we have a preferred contractor program. And that preferred contractor program has a collection of contractors that we have vetted. We have already looked into the industry, the industry leaders, and we've approached them and said, hey, we are presenting a better way to contract and build out pavement plans for healthcare, for commercial real estate, for any other kind of institution or industry, or even at the county and city level. And so we are wanting to bring that level of engineering perfection to our customers. Are you willing to bring that level of, you guys are the best contractors in the industry. Are you willing to partner with us? And they've said yes. And so here's how this works. Let's say you have a $300,000 budget for fiscal year 2026 and you have an assessment done. Let's say it takes $10,000, $15,000 to do the assessment. You're going to have that digital twin, you're going to have the measurement tools, and you're going to have your budget planning set out for the next 5 years at least, if not more. If you bring that RFP to one of our preferred contractors and have them do the work, they're going to take your $300,000 of allotted budget and they're going to reduce the cost of the project by the amount you paid for the assessment. So truly, this is no new money for your budget. You are going to be spending money you already have committed to your budget for the next year, but now you're spending it based from a standpoint of knowledge. You have a foundation of knowledge, not a best guess or an assessment, or hey, we did this way last 5 years, so let's just keep on doing it. This is an excellent way to add no new money to your budget and get a better pavement program built out. So that is the broad strokes. I told you this is going to be short. It's probably gone long already, but I'm going to go ahead and send this to you. If you want to have a further discussion about this, if you have follow-up questions, by all means, hit me up at flights at RaptorWorx. Let's see here, RaptorWorx.co, not .com, .co. Flights at RaptorWorx.co. Thank you so much for your time. Look forward to talking to you and look forward to helping you make your pavement better. Catch you later.